So, welcome back guys, hope you're all doing well. So, well, first of all, where do we start? So, as you know, I do brew in a bag, and I basically picked up a few different tips along my way to help me improve on my beers. And the tips that I picked up have worked for me, so I'm going to share them with you guys that do brew in a bag, or even if you're doing so like any kind of all grain really. I'm sure the tips that I've learned will probably help with you guys in whatever sort of way. So first of all, let's pour a beer. It's one of my oatmeal stouts, bold. So I'm not doing a review or anything on it, so you know, because obviously I've already done one. So, oh, look at that. Been in the bottle since Christmas Eve, so that's what, 2 weeks yesterday. So starting to prove nicely. That's why I out nicely in the bottle. If you're going to do a homebrew video, I think you've got to have a beer with it, to say the least. Bottle condition. Right. Let's get rid of some of these bubbles off the side. Don't matter. Fuck it. Don't matter. Oh, there it is. Looking nicely. Looking nice. Right. Cheers everyone. Oh yes. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Might as well pour in a beer, Matt. Got them off my friend Luke. Give me a few, actually. Never tried that before. Let's put it on a beer, Matt. Right, so let's start. Right, so first of all, as I was saying, I've been given tips. Now, I've made a few different mistakes throughout homebrewing, and quite a few of the mistakes I made was when I was doing my mash. The very first time I was brewing, I would look at a recipe, it'd say like mash temperature 65 degrees, and obviously I was getting my strike water up to 65 degrees, chucking my mash in, chucking my grain in, mashing, checking the temperature, once it opened in, and I'd noticed it'd go down to like 56 degrees. And at the time I was looking at it, I was just like, well, is something not right? So of course I reached out to people on BrewTube Official. A load of people got back in touch with me and basically just said to me, look, the whole reason for that happening is because you know, you're getting the 65 degrees of hot water, but then you're chucking your grain in, which when you think about it, your grain is actually cold, and then you're chucking it in and then that temperature's just dropping. So that's your reason, once I looked into it more as well, that's your reason you get a strike temperature. Always go higher. And there is actually websites for it, like Brewer's Friend, where you can look for your strike water temperature. You work out the full weight in kilo of your grain, you put it in on there, and it'll tell you what temperature you should be going for. Like my oatmeal stout, I had about what was it I had? I think I had about 5.2, 5.4 kilo of grain. My strike temperature 76.1 or 76.2 degrees, so I got it up to that, and then obviously it drops down to 65, 66. So yeah, if you're brewing a bag like me, and well, any kind of all grain really, always make sure you work out your strike temperature first. Don't get it to 65 and chuck it in and make the mistakes that I made, because yeah, it won't turn out right. The next tips I picked up on was, for a long time with my beers, I was struggling with my ABV. Now, as I started going along, as I started to sort of look more into all grain and actually properly pay more attention to it instead of just rushing a brew day, I started to recirculate my beer. Now, well, recirculate the mash, to be the actual term. Now, when I was recirculating, again, all I was doing was I'd put a jug or a glass by the tap, I'd empty it, you know, obviously I'd fill the glass up and then I'd just pour straight on top. Well, I got a tip on that off Mr. Stuart Prince off BrewTube Official and Drunk Delilah Brewery on YouTube. He gave me a tip where he basically said, as you're recirculating your, we'll call it the sugary wort, because it's not beer at this point. When you're pouring your sugary wort over the grain again, stir up your grain. So when you recirculate your mash, as you're doing it, as you're pouring it over, just get like your mashing paddle, just give it a stir, just keep it going, because you want to extract as much as sugar as you can, as much that fermentable sugars that are in there. You want to extract what you can whilst you're recirculating. I normally recirculate for about 15 minutes, and that, obviously you're extracting a fair bit of sugar there. The next thing I will say as well, sparging. When I was doing my sparging, because obviously with my brews now I go for a full mash, because I've only got, I think it's a 12 litre pan what I can use for me sparging water. But the one thing is as well, when you're sparging, now we're brewing a bag, I picked up a tip. If you get one of them like meshing baskets like I've shown you before, put one of those over, pull out your bag, but you want to try keep your, if you're using a pico boiler or whatever you're using, don't hold it too high, because obviously your bag is going to have all that water in it, with all it, obviously you got your grain in there, and when you hold it up, trust me, right, and honestly, trust me, it weighs a lot, right? I'm not just saying that. I mean, I can hold some, like, not to show off or sound like, you know, I'm really muscly or anything, but I can hold some weight, right? And trust me, that is heavy. When you've got it, say, like on a surface, like on your side, and you're rolling up a bag like that, that's full of grain and all you know, your water in there, trust me, is some weight. So keep it at a low surface so that you can pull the bag out, put your basket on the top, obviously put your bag on. But what you want to do is you want to try twist the bag, twist the top, get it so it's nice and tight, so it's a bit like a parcel. You want everything closed in. Strain it, and as you go, just slowly start squeezing that bag. But as you go along, when it comes to sparging, what I generally do, and this is another tip I picked up, is you pour in your sparging water over your grain, do it slowly, right? Whatever you do, like I say, squeeze your bag, get what you can out, but do not rush that sparge. I have made mistakes before where I've poured a load of it over, and yeah, it don't go right. And this is where I was struggling with my ABV. The one thing that, honestly, and it will help you, whatever you do, right, is obviously, because you want to be checking your pre-boil gravity and all that, but just try not do like a little bit of a sparge and then just fill it right up, because like I got told, all you're basically doing, if you're topping up too much water, you're diluting it and you're going to lose a lot of sugar. And obviously I've been following some of these tips, well, all of them actually, because I want to improve my beers. And the last 2 beers that I've made, I followed these tips and I've got a much better brew house efficiency. I've extracted so much sugar. The special bitter what I made, My pre-boil was 1040. I was aiming for a original gravity of 1044. I ended up getting 1057. I should have probably diluted it a bit, but I'm not too fussed. I've overshot my points rather than undershooting like I've done all the other times and getting like 3-4% beers or even under, because trust me, it's frustrating. So I hope these little tips have helped, because they've helped me, and I wouldn't be sharing them on here with you guys if they didn't help me. So if they help me, I hope they help you. And yeah, just honestly, just take these little tips in. They will help, because you want to get everything you can from your beer. You want it to be the best that you can make it. You know, you want that mouthfeel there. You know, you want the aromas. You know, you want the mouthfeel when it comes to, you know, drinking it. You just want your beer to be up there. And yeah, honestly guys, just really, you know, pay as much attention to it as you can. And yeah, just get the best of your beers, and trust me, it works. So, you know, if it's helped me, honestly, if you're struggling with anything like that, then I hope it helps you. Reach out to me. I will try my best to help, and try and put you in the right direction. And yeah, so cheers for watching again, guys. Anyway, if you like the video, like it, subscribe to my channel, comment on the video. Like I say, if there's any tips or if there's anything that I can help you with, honestly, reach out to me and I will do my best to point you in the right direction. If I can help you, I'll help you. If not, I'm sure I can point you in the right direction somewhere that will. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys, again, and well, keep brewing, and yeah, I will see you on the next one. I'm going to enjoy this, and yeah, see you on the next video, and take it easy, yeah. So, cheers again. See you next time.